All right. Can somebody tell me what is the homework questions?
That's 2C.
Let's see if I can find it here. I cannot find it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it from Emoto. Okay, so again, this is the questions from Emoto. This is make sure you go through all of them and make sure you come back after school, figure out how to do all of them. And then after that, you can retake it and understand it before you retake it. So wait, this is BC. Why is this BC? So I'm gonna go to AB. Now, I'm also gonna explain to you the homework. It's only in the first page, 10 problem. Okay, it's not like 4 pages, so don't worry about it. And it's due on Friday. It's not due anything now. So this is the homework we want to go to, which is this one. And we're gonna look at this alternative test. Okay, so I'm gonna open in Nana apps, and I'm gonna open in Notability. So you get to ask all the questions here and create separate notes. And I'm gonna go to here. There we go. Okay, so which question? Last 7, 8, 2C. 2C is a great question. It's because it is missing some information. It's missing 1, 1, which is a coordinate. That was my fault. You can't really just take a derivative without plugging value. So 1, 1. Okay, where's the coordinate, right? I'm sorry, I apologize for that. Now, so all those questions will be on the test. This is a very, very good review question for integration e to the x, derivative e to the x. So you have to know them all. So what happened is, if you have this case, I'm going to show you the idea of do it when I'm going to do a questions. Okay, so this is very crucial when I ever do this question. So I'm going to make a little bit smaller. So I'm going to say it's 1 plus ln of xy equal to e to the x minus y. Now I can choose to take a derivative, find the derivative, but I can also choose to do an easy way out. Okay, so on AP exam, if I ever see this question, equation tangent line, what am I gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna think about what's easiest path to do something. Now, I'm gonna show you the wrong path first because I gotta show you how to take a derivative of this. Okay, so if I take a derivative of this, I will change that to 1 plus ln of x plus ln of y equal to e to the x minus y. Does that make sense?
So it's the wrong path?
No, the so far it's the same course. Now we're gonna talk about where does it deviate. Okay, so this one is gonna be 1 plus 1 over x. If I take a derivative of that, this one is gonna be dy dx over y equal to e to the x minus y times 1 minus dy dx. So far, this is the right path. Now, some people choose to do algebra to isolate dy dx from this part. I will not personally do that. Because think about if you're writing an essay, right? The teacher's gonna ask you, say, can you write an essay that slavery is bad? Right? Now, if you answer that, say, yeah, white people are evil, then that doesn't really prove slavery are bad. Right? It just proves that white people are evil. So you didn't answer the questions, even though that's where to begin with. Whether that, I'm just point example. Don't cancel me. White people are not evil.
I wouldn't say that. Thank you very
much. Yeah, well, debatable, right? So I don't know. So so that's what I'm trying to say is you have to answer. You have to prove that slavery is bad. You have to stick with slavery. That's the idea. So what is the questions here? The question is asking you the equation tangent line. That'd be funny if I get canceled for like social study topics, right? For a math teacher. Um, that's pretty hilarious. But again, you can cancel me if you want to. So the idea is we want to find equation tangent line. Idea is we just trying to find a slope. I can care less about the dy dx is equal to what. Why? Because I can plug in the value 1 here because I already take a derivative. Why did I bother to solve for the dy dx? I don't. I plug in the 1 in here. So it'll be 1 plus 1 over 1 plus dy dx over 1 is equal to e to the 1 minus 1 times 1 minus dy dx. This is the shortest way to do something. Does that make sense? Because I just want to evaluate dy dx. This one's going to be, first of all, derivative 1 is not 1, idiot. Nobody told me that. So, yeah, nobody correct me. Thanks a lot. Good job, guys. All you guys are fail. So I hear it's going to give you 1 plus, you should stay confident. How do you think you're wrong? It is going to be 1 times 1 minus dy dx. And then is 1 plus dy dx is equal to 1 minus dy dx. So if I subtracted 1 over, I get 2 dy dx is equal to 0. dy dx is equal to 0. And then I was just plugging y equal to mx plus b. Y minus 1 equal to 0 times x minus 1. And if I distribute that, y equal to 1. And that's the final answer.
Could you just explain that one more time? Like the second and third step, how did you get it?
Which part?
The second and third step, how did you do the
This part?
oh, like the next one?
The next part, I plug in 1 and 1 for x. 1 for x, 1 for y. So this is the right way to do it. Because this is efficient. You answer a question. You say slavery is bad. Because we torture whatever. And we are inhumane 200 years ago. And we'll not do it again.
You can just plug the numbers in.
Yeah, of course, because you're not trying to find dy dx. Now, I'm going to show you the wrong path of doing something is to evaluate dy dx. Now, that part, you can choose to do that, but then you are not answering the question. So let's just say if I have 1 plus ln of x times y, and then equal to e to the x minus y. If I choose to take a derivative, that's going to be 1 over x minus dy dx or plus dy dx over y equal to e to the x minus y times 1 minus dy dx. Now I can choose to distribute this, and then I get e to the x minus y minus dy dx over e to the x minus y, and 1 over x minus dy dx over y. I can choose to do that, move it to the other side, 1 over x minus e to the x minus y, and I can take out dy dx here. That's going to be e to the negative e to the x minus y, and then plus 1 over y. Now I can choose to do that. dy dx equal to 1 over x e to the x minus y over negative e to the x minus y plus 1 over y. Now, what happens if I make arithmetic mistake here? Then if I plug in, I actually get a wrong value. Then I might as well plug in the very beginning where I could have saved 6 minutes. Like, it takes me like 1 minute, but probably going to take you 6 minutes to do. So why would you want to do that? I could just say, well, 1, 1, done, boom, go, done. Go to the next question. Answer the question with the most efficient manner. That's the way to do it. Now, if I were to answer it, says what's find dy dx, then you're going to say dy dx here is equal to times top and bottom by xy. And that's going to give you y minus e to the x minus y over negative over xy, sorry, xy here. And then here it's going to be negative xy e to the x minus y plus x. So that's the final answer. But why would you want to do that? if the question only asks you find equation tangent line, once you take a derivative, can I just plug in? If I got x and y value, finding a slope, done. Because your goal is to finding slope. Your goal is not to prove white people are evil.
Could you scroll up?
Darby is like, why you keep on looking at me? Because Sean's not here.
Just scroll up. So I can see the word.
So technically, because there was no coordinates.
Well, technically, yeah, this question's bad because it's not coordinate. But you can apply the same idea to other questions too. You can plug in 1e, what after you take a derivative, then what did you say?
Did all of the work. Just
Questions? Yes.
Could you do 3B?
3b is a great question. 3b is a great question. So 3b is basically y is equal to natural log square root of 1 plus e to the 4x, I think, and e to the 4x plus sine of x. Sine of 4x or sine of x? Sorry, sine of x. Okay. So yeah, so this is actually to the 4x, I think. And this is x here. Okay, so first of all, I won't do derivative. Or what I do? Separate them. How do I separate them? Can I change that to 1/2 power? Yep. E to the 4x plus sine of x to the 1/2. Once you do the 1/2, did you do this step, Darby?
Yes.
Okay, good. So can you move the 1/2 to the front, right? And not only that, 1/2 to the front, and this one can be because it's a because division. So can I say 1 plus e to the 4x minus ln of e to the 4x plus sine of x? Does that make sense? Now there's still y. I can take a derivative now. It's going to be 1/2 times 4 e to the 4x because eu over u, 1 plus e to the 4x minus 1/2 times e to the 4x times 4 plus cosine of x over e to the 4x plus sine of x. And that's the final answer. Let's go. You don't have to do any further work. There's no need. You take a derivative. You run the equation tangent line, plug in x and y, boom, done. Go on to find the slope. And the final slope, you can set y minus 1, 1 equal to m.
You do 3A.
3a, sure, 3a. Oh, 3a is fundamental theorem calculus. You're gonna hate that, but you're gonna like say this is easy questions. E to the, I don't know what is e to the power what. E to the negative x squared, I think.
Yeah.
Square root 1 minus t squared or 1 plus t squared. The way to think about this type of situations that you should think about.
It's 1 plus t squared.
1 plus. Okay, the way to think about a situation is you ought to assume something, right? 1 plus t squared, because that's not possible for you to take integration. Also, the time that you know that you have to assume is this is expressions. So therefore, it's equal to ft. So integration of ft dt. And then we're going to take the dy d to the dx here. And between the natural log of x squared over e to the negative x squared. If I integrate that, that's going to give you d to the dx. And that's going to give you f of natural log of x squared minus big F of e to the negative x squared. So far, any questions?
So, stupid question, but you can't do u sub because it's.
Yeah, I have told you several times. It has nothing to do with U substitution. Matter of fact, it's not possible for you to take integral, even you go to calculus 2, even you go to ask Calc BC student now to the integral of 1 plus t squared, it's not possible. It has to be a competition kids can do it, but not a just normal Calc BC kids can do it. The reason why it's not U substitution is because 1 plus t squared, u equal to that, du is equal to 2t. There's nothing to cancel or do 2t. Even back end substitution is just gonna make worse. So nothing to do with U substitution. So what do you then say is gonna be f of natural log of x squared times derivative of this? How do I take a derivative of this? Anybody can tell me? What's the derivative natural log of x to the second power? Yes.
2 ln of x times 1 over x.
You are a genius. Yes. White people are smart. Wait, that's gonna get me cancelled even more.
Take out of context, Mr. Gay. A lot of what you say. This is true so much.
What? Nobody's gonna watch my YouTube video.
1,000 followers. You're popular.
1,000 followers, nothing. Justin Bieber has a 3 billion follower.
Well, Justin Bieber's not a math teacher.
That's true.
Minus f of what? Of e to the negative x squared times derivative e to the negative x squared, which is negative 2x e to the negative x squared. 1 plus ln of x squared plus 2 ln of x over x minus square root 1 plus e to the negative x squared times negative 2, this becomes positive, 2x e to the negative x squared. Question. This is difficult. The difficult part is how to take a derivative of natural log of exponent c squared, which is Dobby has right. Next question. Dobby, do you have a next question?
You do number 9.
I'm not sure what's number 9.
Take a double integral.
Double integral? Are you say double integral?
Yeah, because you gave us f double prime derivative.
Oh, f double prime. Okay, good. You scared me. The double integral is calculus 3, so
Equals
what is it?
equals 1/2 in parentheses. You have e to the x plus e to the negative x.
And then what is the initial condition?
F of 0 equals 1. F prime of 0 equals 0.
Okay, so yeah, they are. This is not double integral. This is integral twice. Double integral is actually calculus 3, so you have to take integral with respect to x, and you have to take integral with respect to y. And then triple integral is you have to take integral with respect to z. And so the function, you're gonna see what is a constant and just integrate it on that. Yeah, Darby is like, yeah, not for me.
Would that be 3D if you're doing?
You're actually doing 3D. You are actually finding a some type of situations that are not with 3-dimensional. So yeah, integration of 1/2 e to the x plus e to the negative x dx. Yeah, this is a good question just because it has two things in there. So first of all, I always take a little constant outside. If I take a constant outside, that's integration of e to the x plus e to the negative x dx. And then I'm going to take integration of that. What's the integration of e to the x? It's the hardest question that you're going to get asked.
Yeah.
What is it? E to the x. Now be careful the next one. What's integration e to the negative x?
1/2. I mean negative.
Negative e to the negative x. Good. It's just not just e to the negative x, but there's 1/2 here too, because 1/2 is going to distribute to both, and that's equal to c, and that's equal to f prime of x. Then I just plug in 0, and anything equal to 0, so it's going to be 1/2 minus 1/2 plus c. C is equal to 0, because this is equal to 0. And then good, and then you're just going to take integral again, so that's going to be 1/2 minus negative 1/2 e to the x, e to the negative x dx. Again, I'll take it at 1/2 out. And now take it integral again. So that's going to be e to the x. Now this one's plus e to the negative x plus c. So that's equal to 1/2 e to the x plus 1/2 e to the negative x plus c. So go back to original questions pretty much. And they say f of x equal to that. You're going to plug in 0 there. So you're going to get 1/2 plus 1/2 plus c is equal to 1. And c is equal to 0 again. So your answer is going to be like this. And that's your final answer right here. And that's it.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Wait. The basketball team beat Dr. Phillips? And Dr. Phillips won like the best team?
Players were sick or something.
Oh,
But it's I think the 17th in the state.
it's pretty impressive.
What is our school? East,
That's very impressive because I know Dr. Phillips has like a lot of All-Americans in their team. Yeah, a lot of people, and the coach is really good too. The coach, he used to coach in Cyprus. The Cyprus kids just can't play basketball, and so he moved to Montverde Academy, which the basketball was very good, and he kind of jumped the ship to Dr. Phillips, has more talent. But Montverde is really good too. So he went to a very crappy school, become a head coach, and then he went to Montverde, and then he go to the better school with stuff. But that we beat them. That's really impressive. Other questions? Yes. You raise your hand.
No.
Darby, no more question. Sia, no more question.
Can you do
What does number 8 says?
integral from natural log 2 to natural log 5, and then e to the 5x over 2 plus e to the 5x dx.
So the top part is 5. And the bottom part is 2, right?
Yep.
And that was e to the what?
E to the power of x over 2 plus e to the power of x.
E to the 5x
No, just e to the power of x.
power x, okay. Over what?
2 plus e to the power of x.
Okay, I think we did the exactly same question on our homework, on the notes. But we'll go over again. What did you set u as this case if the integrations?
U is equal to 2 plus e to the power of x.
And that's perfect because du is within the question. So that's going to be e to the x dx. So that's going to be u, e to the x, and then this is going to be du over e to the x. Because I changed it. Du over e to the x equal to dx. This cancel out. This is going to be du over u. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to plug in here. So I'm going to plug in x equal to ln of 5. So that's going to be 2 plus e to the ln of 5, which is 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. So the upper bound is 7. The lower bound is going to be 4. Is that okay? Am I going too fast? Darby, do you understand? You write it down, so that means you don't understand before?
No, but is it necessary to change the bounds?
Yes, because it makes your thing a lot easier because all you gotta do is natural log here. It's gonna be natural log of 7 minus natural log of 4.
But then if you automatically switch u to, couldn't you do ln of u and then automatically go back to ln of 5 same bounds?
You can, but the things out the AP exam will steer you away from that. Is you have to learn how to sub the boundary, because sometimes they give you 5 choices. The only thing you have to recognize is which one is sub boundary. They won't even ask you how to take integral of this. They would just say give you the following 5 choices, and they will say which one is there will be integral of that. You're gonna be choosing the one that has changing boundary. So they would redirect you that way, and if you didn't change your boundary, you screw. So always change your boundary.
So I actually took the integral of this. That's wrong. Like,
Yeah, you take an integral of this,
no,
it's gonna
I went
it's gonna be natural log of u between 7 to 4, so therefore it's natural log of 7 minus natural log of 4. I just didn't show the step, but yeah.
I put 1 over 2u squared.
2u squared, what?
Never mind.
Why? You cannot take integration of 1 over u, you have to use natural log. And sleepy. And I had to deal with 6th period. Oh,
Yeah. Do we?
I just hope somebody don't show up. Please, Anthony, don't show up.
The first person.
History, yeah.
Should just pick a thing, right?
6th day on 6th period,
We
yeah.
have a lesson today?
Let's do that, huh?
We have a lesson today?
No, we don't have lesson. We're just going over the homework. We're gonna see each other again tomorrow, right?
So we're gonna have the lesson on Thursday, and we have to turn in all the homework on Friday.
That was my question.
That's so mean.
The one that everyone else had 4 days.
Yeah, that's not fair. And like,
It's only 10 questions, not the whole course.
Yeah, it's 10 questions from you.
wait, so it's only the first page, just
But
that.
not
That's
any other
just
homework,
the first
obviously.
page on the first question.
lot of
That's still not mean. You gave the other kids 4
I'm
days to
doing
do
that.
it.
I mean,
Can we get the weekend?
Because I'm not trying to.
No, no.
I'm not trying to make my life already more like. hectic.
I had sleep focus. I'm the.
I have like I have a college interview tomorrow. And
I get a notification from my mother.
I was like, I don't know.
I have like tests and stuff. Like college interview.
Oh, you have a college interview?
Yeah.
Any other question on homework? You want me to help you?
Is that today? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
No homework question? You guys ready? If it's a test.